Eddie and three friends, Tom, Soap and Bacon, are cheated out of winning a high-stakes card game with the infamous Hatchet Harry, who sets his debt collector Big Chris to ensure they pay. Harry is also an antique gun collector and has a couple of thieves, Harry and Dean, to steal some shotguns. The two turn out to be incompetent and sell the shotguns to a local fence. Eddie returns home and overhears his violent neighbour Dog and his crew planning a heist on some local cannabis growers. Eddie's group buys the antique shotguns and robs Dog and his crew on their return home with the money and lots of cannabis. Eddie's group keeps the money and sells the drugs to Rory Breaker, a violent drug dealer who later learns that the drugs were actually his home. Dog's crew find out that Eddie's the one who robbed him and sets about to ambush Eddie at his flat. Roy's gang arrives and have a shootout with Dog's crew, resulting in the deaths of all but Dog, who later leaves with 2 shotguns and the money. However, whilst escaping, he's knocked out by Big Chris, who takes everything back to Harry. Meanwhile, Gary and Dean follow Chris to Harry's place. They end up dying, but not before killing Harry. Eddie and friends have arrived at Harry's, and after a standoff with Big Chris, they take the antique shotguns and Chris takes the money. Sometime later, they send Tom out to get rid of the antique shotguns. However, Chris arrives and lets them know that they are valuable. The film ends on a cliffhanger with Tom hanging over the edge of Battersea Bridge, preparing to drop the shotguns into the River Thames whilst his phone is ringing.